Carry me to the mountaintop where I can shout my victory. Take me to the land where my brother fought and died for me. Hold my hand, oh child, as I got you to your freedom, and walk with me, oh Lord, until I reach your kingdom. The war of David when Goliath fell, the promise for a freedom only we can tell. You can fake being a free man, but how you gonna live when your soul's a broken shell? Running in the dark with your badge on and running in the light with your hoodie on. I guess lies make the world go round. 2 mothers in the streets and 3 kids down. I guess it's time for a revolution. It's time to own up to the Constitution. Put your money where your mouth is, and put the truth where your heart is. Carry me to the mountaintop where I can shout my victory. Take me to the land where my brother fought and died for me. Hold my hand, oh child, as I got you to your freedom, and walk with me, oh Lord, until I reach your kingdom. We're all searching for that sovereignty. A life where rights are the same for you and me. No discrimination and no divide. A world where we all can coincide. There's a revolution on the rise. RPMX, let it be televised. No, it won't be easy. It's do or die. But rather our babies live free than to live a lie.
My identity?
Yes. Who are you?
I am.
My identity.
Well, what is identity?
I identify.
Who are you?
I am.
Who are you?
I am.
Who are you?
I am.
I am creative.
Who are you?
Look at you. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you, Mark? Huh?
Answer her question, Mark.
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you, Mystery? What the
Who are you? Who are you?
Okay. All right. Okay. I guess I'll go first. Who am I? I am here, struggling to say what I'm about to say, and it weighs heavy on my black chest. So seriously, tell me who you are.
I am a sexy descendant of the African diaspora.
I'm nervous, and I don't know why, but just move on. Just move on.
When?
I am disconnected.
Zion. Ray?
I am my labels.
Antonio.
I am my past.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
It does make sense.
I am my past, and my past informs my present.
Oh, yes, of course. It's both, past and present. We are both, not either or.
Fuck either or. White or Latino, male or female. Just what the hell?
Yes, not either or, but both and. I am both.
I am both. I like that.
I am Peas and rice on Easter morning.
Oh, sweet potato pie and greens on Thanksgiving, girl.
Yes, and Iowa cherry pie.
What?
What?
Iowa cherry pie. Is that a real thing?
In my family, it is. My grandmother. Oh, my land and stars. I love her.
So yes, Antonio, it's both. The past and present at any given moment.
At all times.
My past, my legacy is my family. My mom, my brother, my sister.
Your legacy is more than just your family. I mean, the past, it goes back centuries.
Well, that's a lot to take in. I don't know.
I know. And in my life, seeing how things unfold and intertwine so naturally in this world is proof that more exists than what we see. In a way, I guess is where my hope stems from. Regardless of whatever can happen in this world, I know that it isn't the end all be all of our lives. Guys, there are too many beautiful things in this world to stay in our despair for too long. Without a doubt in my mind, this trait comes from my mother. She is a part of my legacy. And at times, she feels like she didn't do the best job raising me, but I wouldn't change a single thing about my upbringing. Oh, she is an artist and a creator. And her mother, my grandmother, is also an artist and a creator. And, well, now I'm an artist and a creator. I am an artist and a creator because, well, my mother cultivated those gifts in me. My life is proof that more exists to living than what the eyes can see. I know this to be true.
I know I'm tired. It's been a long week.
It's been a long 9 weeks since school started.
It's been a long 10 months since this pandemic, since COVID.
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Stay home.
It's been a long 6 months since George Floyd.
Since Breonna Taylor.
Since Ahmad.
Since Emmanuel 9.
Since Ferguson.
Since Trayvon.
Since.
Keep going.
Eric Garner.
Keep going.
Rodney King.
Go back farther.
MLK.
Emmett Till.
Keep going.
A legacy.
Our 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 legacy.
Mark, you asked us who we are. Well, I'm just a girl and I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Girl, me too.
Me too.
I mean, I'm scared. No, I'm petrified. Mark, you asked us who we are, but will the world allow me to be who I am? Will the world allow you to be who you are?
I'm not asking.
Will the world let me be creative?
Will the world let me be spiritual?
Will the world let me be an actor?
Will the world just let me be?
We're not asking.
I am not who they think I am.
We know who we are.
I and my family. In this box given to me by a friend, I keep a bunch of random memories that remind me of a time in my life. I keep things like prom or a prayer box or essential oils, random things like that. But also in this box, I keep this photo. This is a photo of a swing ride at a fair. This represents my family. Each person on the swing ride represents a member of my family, and I represent the center. As the swing ride goes faster and faster and moves on in pace, each person is in danger of flying off. That's if the center does not keep it stable. If I'm not stable, everyone will go flying. That's my family. These are the people with whom I can be myself, and there's nowhere I'd rather be in times of joy and laughter. Aunt is an addict. There was a time we were close, always laughing and carrying on. He was my A1. He was going to be a star football player. Then he decided that Vicodin would be more fun. Laughing turned to yelling curses, and our fists followed. He was no longer the oldest brother I'd grown to love. My stepdad, he's been there since I was 4 years old, and he's had one foot out the door, but he didn't have to stay. And I love him for that. My twin sister, Jara, we're connected for life. Whenever I hurt, she hurts. When I'm happy, she is happy. And I love her, but she can be selfish. Doug, he is the youngest and the most impressionable. And it's crazy how he can make me want to laugh and punch him at the same exact time. I don't get it. He wants to be a football player like Ant, and I think he can do it. But his temper can go from 0 to Ant at the drop of a dime, and that's scary. I worry that becoming Ant is his fate. Trail, he's in college, and he usually stays to himself. But when we were younger, he was the light in family fun time, always being the best, whether we were ranking or rapping. There was this one time at Halloween where he made a mask out of paper and it like barely covered his nose, but that was him. He was the funny in tears and the light in dark days. However, I do wish he was more present. Now my mom, she is my superhero and the strongest woman I know. When we were younger, she had this smile that masked her sorrow, but when she was in pain or needed to talk, I was her best friend. She's taught me this in one way or another. When I was younger, I'd ask, "Mama, am I pretty?" And with no hesitation, she'd say, "Yes, baby, you are. There's no one else with their beautiful heart." I leave her with a hug and a "Thanks, mommy." But then I go to school and forget about this inner beauty. Your skin's too dark. Your hair's too short. It hurt. But then I heard the sound of this beautiful siren. Esther Rowe told me that I was Mami Wata. I'm a sexy descendant of the African diaspora. I'm rare, but here, if you search hard enough, I'm a needle in a haystack, a diamond in the rough. I'm like my mama built me, a queen and tough. Yes, it gets hard moving from day to day, but I just remind myself I'd have it no other way. I got people trying to be me and steal my stink, but there's a rhythm to my skin. I'm so fresh, it's rank. I'm beautiful, and that's that. I'm more than a disguise. Don't try to convince me otherwise.
I am not who you think I am. When you see me in the street, you think you know me. By the sway of my hips, you think you own me. When my hair reaches the sun, you think you can touch me? Nah, I am not your property. So don't expect to see me on my knees. I am royalty. So don't expect for me to appease when I am fighting for what I believe. I am not who you think I am. Yes, I got some slang in my talk and swag in my walk, but that does not make me less. I am not your footrest, so get your foot off my neck. You do not want to test my intelligence, my composure, my dignity. Everything you don't want to see, I see in me. Everything you don't want me to be, I will be. You see, I am not who you think I am. I am more.
I am someone who sees my identity in my labels. Some have been given to me, while others I had to find and fight for. Who and what I call myself are very important to me. They're important to us all. Labels are a quick way to know and then judge each other. For I am someone who has a lot of labels that people could easily pick out and munch on. For instance, I'm a POC, a person of color. How fun! What color am I, by the way? Because when I look down, I see the color white, but maybe I'm crazy. What color do you see? Do you see the same color I do? And if you do, would you consider me white then? Because I think the collective answer to that question is no, I'm not white. I'm not white because I'm also Latino. Apparently, I can't be both. In the US, you have to be sorted. You have to choose. You're either a POC or a white person. You either have your own culture or you appropriated one. You're either a Democrat or a Republican. Far leftist, you're just a fancy Democrat. You're either a boy or a girl, male or female. There's no in between, but hey, don't worry about that. We already made that choice for you long ago. Fuck! I really do have a lot of labels. But of all my labels, none is so prominent as my transness. Thankfully, I haven't met too many transphobes in my life, but it's still hard. Still hard when the teacher splits the class according to gender. Still hard when you go clothing shopping and you don't know where to pick out your clothes. It's always that fear that someone will give you a weird look. That side glance of what the fuck? She doesn't belong here. She needs to go back to where she belongs. But you're not a boy. Get out of the wrong bathroom. I use the men's restroom because I don't actually belong in the women's. I joined the boys' side in classrooms because I'm so tired of people not considering me. I am so tired of everyone splitting everything by gender and expecting me to be okay with it. I'm not non-binary because it's cool to be trans. I'm not non-binary because I want attention. I'm not non-binary because you're just not like other girls. I'm not like other girls because I'm not a fucking girl. I'm not sick or confused. My hormones aren't fucked. This isn't a new trend. I'm not a pedophile. I'm not faking it. This isn't the result of my mental illnesses. I'm not an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. I'm not someone who should be denied health care because of who I am. I'm not someone who should be banned from the military. I'm not someone who has to get surgery or hormones just to be happy with my body. And I most definitely don't have to dress androgynously just to prove I'm non-binary. I will always be trans. Whether my pronouns or gender identity changes doesn't matter. I know I'm not a girl, so being cis is out of the question. This is not a phase. This is real. I'm real. And I refuse to downplay myself or constantly explain myself for the comfort of other people. I'm real. I am real. am!
You are, Ray. We see you.
We do.
I have scars. Scars on my arm. Scars on my legs. Scars on my back. Scars on my shoulders. Scars on my chest. A monster ripped me up. And had the audacity to call itself a condition. It relented, telling me it could have been easier, that these scars could have faded. Smiling, knowing it could rip me up tomorrow morning. But through that smile, I see its teeth bleeding. I see that with every step I take, with every flirtatious glance with a stranger, with every relaxed breath, with every blissful laugh, with every marching step I take towards the future, with every hand I hold and cheek I kiss, I am slowly killing that monster. For these aren't marks of shame. These are ferocious battle scars that prove that I am a warrior in my own right.
When I was young, I didn't know if pride was to wear an American flag keychain on my backpack or was to be proud of myself for spelling Trampoline without looking at it. It's complex. For me, with pride comes fluidity, a constant state of movement. When I think of pride, I think of the home video that was made in my first home in California when I was 2 years old, of me dancing with my Aunt Leanie and my Aunt Charmaine. I think of the names in my family like Richard and Lisanne. They look to me first for pronunciation. And when they look at me, they don't see my story at first glance. They don't see the seafood gumbo that my family looks forward to on every Friday after Thanksgiving, or the excitement in my sister's eyes when my uncle uncovers the peas and rice on Easter morning, or hear the stories that Aunt Chris tells the kids in her elaborate gowns. I take pride in my ambiguity, but with this pride comes a shame. I teeter. I don't know what to claim. Should I feel guilty that my hair doesn't look like my mom thought it would before I was born? I think of my Aunt Tiffany. The Tiffany she was didn't match their idea of a bubbly young white girl. No interview. I think of the stares Dad has had to endure while attending functions at my sister's school while Mom was working late. And I think of the fear in my mother's eyes, the white of her knuckles clenched in fists in her lap when we get pulled over by police and Dad is driving. With this fear, I'm disconnected from my own narrative. I think of the looks I get in my own hometown. The sister of my parents is not a six-legged insect that lives in the dirt. We say aunt, not aunt. But at the end of the day, when I call my grandpa and I ask how his day was, and I listen to the passion and the anger in his voice when he talks about Malcolm X, I do fit in some way or another. That even though I act as a pair of eyes looking in most of the time, I have a duty. I teeter. This shame that I feel is not in myself, but in this community that I've been conditioned to know as my home. April 2002, Bodega Bay. Roots. Young love in black and white. Young love in black and white. The magic of a diner at Christmas time. Happy birthday song. Granny's sweet freeze shop.
Win, hold up. Get on the camera, Win. Win, you just said two of my favorite things. Ice cream and happy birthdays. Happy birthday, Win.
It's not my birthday.
I know, but Win, I missed the last 18 years, so I gotta catch up now. Happy belated birthday. 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 Oh, happy belated birthday. Oh, happy belated birthday, Win. Happy belated birthday,
Okay,
Win.
Mark, okay. I was kind of having a moment there. You're such a weirdo.
I know, but when I'm a happy weirdo, right? I make you smile. I make you laugh. Well, why are you playing serious? All right, Win, I'm going to pull out the voice. You made me do this, Win. Oh, hello. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. So Win, you may think that we don't have a lot in common. But when we're both sidekick. See, because I know that
Okay,
today,
okay, Mark, you win. With that one, you win. Any day, every day, you win. But I mean, dude, I barely know you. Like, COVID, I'm a freshman. I'm not on campus. I'm stuck miles away. Will you just introduce yourself?
when I can do that. Hopefully tonight I stay on script. Hi, everyone. My name's Mark Collins. Love what you do. Do what you love. I love people, and I really enjoy making them happy. It's how I found acting. I started acting when I was 13. I was an understudy for the lead in my middle school play, Beware the Jabberwock. Unbelievable story. The week of opening night, the guy calls out sick. So I had to do what any other understudy would do. Audience, I'm here to tell you tonight, I took off my pants. And I pulled on my courageous pants. Don't get any ideas. I see you. And I hopped on stage and I performed. The response that night was one I'll never forget. The audience was laughing. I was laughing. There was joy all around. So yeah, that night I was hooked to acting, and I'm in a committed relationship now. So with acting, of course. Looks like I still have 60 seconds. Well, what else is in this equation called Mark? Speaking of equations, ukulele.
Mark told a math joke and now I'm scared. Ah!
I love math. Ever since I was a little boy, math was something that entertained me and drew me to it. So now, as a teenager, I invest. See, I love the idea of using math to make money make money. Now, what I'm about to say, you guys may disagree with me, but money is the best employee. Money never gets tired. Money never complains. And here's the punchline. Money never asks for sick days off on opening night. No one's laughing. No one's laughing. Okay. Tickle. I see you, Jariah. Ray. Zion. Realistically, guys, we can do anything in our lifetime, but we cannot do everything. So let's find, let's explore, and let's lock on to what we love doing. And let's do it.
We can do anything, huh? We cannot do everything. I know that's for sure. When I was about 9 years old, I made friends with these two white boys that lived in my neighborhood. The neighborhood I lived in had a lot of wooded areas, and we loved to explore them. It was like going on mini adventures. I remember there was this one time where we wanted to play a game, something like Cops or Robbers. Funny enough, they decided to be the robbers, while I settled for the role of the cop. We decided to grab makeshift weapons. They grabbed Nerf guns, while I decided to grab a realistic-looking Model 870 Remington BB gun rifle. Yeah. Another fun fact about my neighborhood, the woods that we chose were not thick at all. In fact, if you were just driving down the street, you could very clearly see our neighborhood through the trees, which meant people could see me chasing my friends. More specifically, they could see a little black boy chasing two white kids with a BB gun. After about 2 hours of chasing them, I finally close in on them. And just as I'm about to tag them, I hear a loud, "Freeze!" and "Drop it." I was scared out of my mind. I did exactly as I was told and turned around to see a real police officer pointing a real gun at me. My friends, my white friends, they left, leaving me alone with the officer. So he checks the weapon, and when he realizes that it's fake and empty, he looks at me and he asks me where I stay. Through snot and tears, I point to the house that's just down the road. He looks at me with a face of disbelief before asking me to lead him there. The look on his face when a little black woman popped up. She opened the door. I never realized how lucky I was that day. Not until very, very recently. And the thought of things going wrong, it haunts me. Run, boy. Hide your blackness from the sun, boy. No one likes your kind, they one, boy. The only friend you've got's a gun, boy. No fun, boy. Harass me. I don't get a say, they'll blast me. I cannot walk in peace, they'll catch me. They're popping Negroes off like acne. It's blasphemy. The free land. Just a lie they told to me, man. Yet the chains on me still ring, man. You best believe it gets to me, man. You see, man. Shame. They play us like a game. Don't even know our names. I thought we were the same. It's the mind of the U.S. The U.S. Hide, girl. They don't wanna let you buy, girl. They were never by your side, girl. And never once did they provide, girl. Survive, girl. Neglection. Another task we failed to help them. When they cried, we never kept them. And when they bled, we never wept them. Rejection. Rest. Malcolm X, he said it best. They never get respect. Till now it's gone unchecked. It's the mind of the U.S. The U.S. Hate won't let us all be great. We'll rise up in its face. We'll take what's ours to take. It's the mind the U.S. The U.S. The U.S. Ooh, ooh.
Zion,
I know. I'm just not ready yet. How is it that my own father is a cop? And yet, still, I can get shot. I'm confused. It's absurd. But I mean absolutely every word.
there was a beautiful silence, and as raindrops painted the earth, angels saw the light blessed upon the doorstep. Within her face, her soul was soft. Waterfalls draped down her legs, and trees grew up the curvatures of her back. She grazed the surface of her mind and found a child of chocolate, eyes far too open, peering into the mind of the soft face, soul far too old to ever feel alone. Trees grew down his legs and waterfalls floated around his head. Silk met this beautiful silence, and for once the silence was beautiful. In the corner of her mind was a painting. When she viewed herself in the child, and for a moment she saw red. In her reflection she held bundles of bloody daisies. Blue light shined over the child's face, and for a moment his eyes seemed kindly caged. As the child stood in his reflection, much like his mother, he mumbled what she could only feel as a cry for help. He had screamed from the foreground of his nightmares, but only whispers echoed out. Gunshots echoed from the doorstep now, and the sun grew uneasy at the shadow pinning the woman down. In this world, the silence meant something all too ominous, and she chose to fill it with her cries. In this world, the boy, with trees at his ankles and waterfalls around his neck, couldn't see, let alone feel the silk over his eyes. She could only watch as roses grew from the pores of his skin. Bloody chocolate. The world seemed to mock it. Silk met this beautiful silence, and for once the silence was beautiful.
I can't write a pretty poem about this or make it pretty and neat because the harsh reality is unclean. I have a friend I had a friend, Robert Wall. Some kid at a party got high and he had a gun. We weren't close, but we were friends. We walked the hallways together. We hugged when we passed each other. We went to gaming club together. He was so nice and goofy and funny and awkward and sensitive and so kind. Only months before, I remember him standing beside me, demanding gun control. I remember him telling me how proud he was that our principals stood beside us in the protest. He didn't have a great home life, so he made the best of his life at school. I mean, his family, his guardians, announced his death to us in one damn Facebook post. The same post where they announced the birth of their niece. Yay! The police didn't announce his death either on any website, on any TV program, because it was counted as a common event. My friend Robert Wall was murdered. Why? Why did it have to happen? Why can't we get simple gun control measures passed? My friend, who was 20 years old, was murdered. People are being murdered by irresponsible gun owners. Why does it have to happen? Why can't the world stop? Why can't the world stop when gunshots ring? Why doesn't it all just stop?
At all times.
I'm leaving.
Searching.
For this place.
Should I leave?
Should I leave this place?
I have to leave.
This place.
Soon.
To become.
What is this place?
I am becoming.
At all times.
I'm searching.
Moving
Drifting,
through.
driving, struggling.
Walking.
Going.
Leaving.
Coming.
Arriving.
Running.
Resisting.
Searching.
For answers.
Are you leaving?
Or are you coming?
Leave.
What is this
I don't
place?
want
Do
to.
we have to leave?
I can't stay.
You can't
I'm
stay.
resisting.
What is this place?
I'm resisting.
Home.
Somewhere in the grass. Shy affection. Communal other. Sorry, communal other. The sound of family. Hello, old friend. Hall of memories. She was completely and utterly frozen. No sound or breeze could stir her from this eternal slumber her body had slipped into. Her hands drifted upwards, as if they were moving underwater. Her fingers grazed her skin, touching each bit of her chest. Fear seemed to contort her face, hollowing out her cheeks, paling her lips, widening her eyes. Her hands froze. Her knees shook. Her eyes frantically searched the ground for something. She looked hollow in every sense of the word. She stopped breathing altogether. Her eyes drifted upwards, towards the stop sign ahead. She thought. She was not done. Not yet.
For 2 hours and a moment, he sat still with his mind in his delicate worked hands. The soul that sat in front of him was confusingly beautiful, and in many ways he admired it. But much like the clouds around his arms, he knew far too much to concern himself with the opinions of the jagged cliff. For 3 hours, in the glare from his eyes, a glare of sunlight chose to bless this moment, but not because of its beauty. For what should have been 5 minutes, the soul sat dignified but blinded, and so it searched for answers the boy in front of him couldn't possibly find. The soul refused to simmer, much like the boiling rosewater in the kitchen, and out its cracked smile whispered, "How does it make you feel that you're killing your mother?"
I go out for a walk in my neighborhood, and indeed, I feel safe. I feel safe enough to where I know I'm not going to get robbed or get shot. But I don't feel safe enough to express my true thoughts. I wish I could feel safe enough to scream, "Black lives do matter." In my neighborhood, I may feel safe enough to leave my house at night or walk alone all right, but I don't feel safe enough to tell my white brothers and sisters about the black man's fight. My hometown may be safe on the grand scheme, but behind closed doors, I know their true mindsets, and I know what they mean.
Black man, when did you lose your identity? When did you lose your power? When did you lose your choice? Days get longer and longer. Everything is heard except your voice. Silenced by another man who's not your father. You wear a face with a single expression and it only gets darker. Black man, they belittle you and disregard you. Let that sizzle, as no one dares to guard you. A little brown boy looks to you as his model. You can't treat kids like genies. They won't just go back in the bottle. Black man, Baldwin said to be African American is to be African without any memory, and American without any privilege. It's time we change the fate of our lineage. So why do they complain? Black man, you may have lost your freedom, but you never lost your value. Be the proud black father. Be the proud black unapologetic athlete. Be the proud black man. 'Cause dad, you the man.
I don't want to leave this room. in my head, I don't want to go outside. I know sometimes I get scared of what's going on in here, but at least I can't die. 'Cause this is my safe house. No bloodstains on these grounds. No shame up in this house. Only freedom from the pain that robs each day. This is my safe house. No bloodstains on these grounds. No shame up in this house. Only freedom from the pain that robs each day. I don't wanna be pulled from this light. 'Cause there's a different story every time I open my eyes. And here I know that nightmares don't last, than the ones that stay when I'm away from my safe house. And my safe house, and this is my safe house. Freedom from the pain that robs each day.
At all times,
I am leaving.
Searching.
For this place.
Should I leave?
Should I leave this place?
I have to leave.
This place.
Soon.
To become.
One step.
I am becoming.
At all times.
I am searching
One step.
for answers.
One step.
Are you leaving?
One step.
I don't want to leave.
But I can't stay.
I can't stay.
I have to leave.
I am running.
Leaping.
To get somewhere.
One step.
Anywhere.
Anywhere is better than here,
One step
and there's no going home.
at a time.
I am searching for answers.
I am struggling.
One step at a time.
You can get there from here.
I am watching.
I am bleeding.
I am marching.
I am searching.
I
I am resisting.
need a we.
It has to be we.
I can't do this alone.
You're right. No one can.
We are hurting.
We are resisting.
We are screaming.
Screaming.
Marching.
One step.
We are leaving.
This place.
There's no going home.
We can get there from here, but everywhere we go will be somewhere we've never been.
We are leaving.
This place.
We are leaving.
This place.
We are leaving.
We are screaming.
This place.
I am.
We are.
We are leaving.
This place.
And we are on fire.
For every action of African American advancement, there is a reaction. Backlash. Carol Anderson said that. When I read this, I think of my little high school. The high school that ranks last in football, holds a Title I status, and doesn't even have a second floor. But the high school that showed me a meaning of family that I had never known. I'm aware that people hold prejudices against my school because it's predominantly Hispanic. But until the end of my junior year, it had not extended past racist remarks made on social media after we lost a football game, references to our school as the ghetto in passing, or referring to our scholars and our athletes using nothing but the B slur. Then my school announced a new program. They would take in refugee students and allow them the chance to gain a high school diploma. I was thrilled. I thought, finally, this will be our chance to make an impact. But the county board knew this was coming. The very same day that our school announced the new program, the county board announced the opening of a brand new shiny high school and the redistricting of our county. I'm an observer, so I looked at this redistricting. All of the cookie cutter-like outlines dividing our county. It was clear. It was shockingly obvious that all of the oddly shaped lines cutting across the map were surrounding, were isolating all of the Black and brown neighborhoods that made up my community. The new high school was almost exactly 100% white. The next day, the cheerleader brags that she's paying to attend the new school out of district because she didn't feel comfortable being the minority in her own school. This bothered me to no end. She had always been the minority in this school. She just never noticed it until the white institutional power that made up the Board of Education made it obvious to her. I think back to Anderson. Our school is ranked in the top 3 for academics in the county. African American advancement. The new white school is getting a new building and all of the funding. Backlash. You know, it was then that I decided that I wouldn't just be an observer anymore.
When it's time to leave this place.
Yeah, I know. Let's go.
Yo, take a look at this picture. I mean, okay. Why can't all protests be peaceful like what MLK was doing?
Yeah, bro. If protests were nonviolent, then nobody would have a problem. Oh, take a look at this one. Yo, have you seen this one yet? You get why it's funny.
Yeah, I get why it's funny. Yo, Mark, you know why this is funny?
Nah.
Okay, because black sons grow up without fathers. It's like a tradition or whatever.
I saw this on my Instagram last night. Obviously it's referring to Breonna Taylor, but she wasn't even killed in her bed.
Right? I mean, black people exaggerate so much.
Oh, damn. Yo, look at this dude. Yeah, I know he was messing with the wrong black dude.
Nah, he got his ass beat by a few white dudes. See, look at the second pick.
Ooh, damn. And a black dude ain't supposed to lose to a couple of white dudes like that. What you think, Mark?
You want to know what I think? I think that while MLK advocated for peaceful protests, he was still killed by people like you. I believe that we do have people in our own day that are engaged in nonviolent protests, yet your president refuses to acknowledge them. You can make fun of black fathers being absent all you want, but you can't accept the fact that George Floyd, Oscar Grant, they were fathers too. Black fathers who didn't get to choose whether or not to be in their kids' lives. And I'm not even bringing up the black men that are in prison because your society wants to highlight this racial stereotype. Yeah, Breonna Taylor wasn't killed in her bed. Do you feel confirmed? Have I validated enough for you? Breonna Taylor was in her bed watching a movie when the police decided to enter her home with a battering ram. Now you tell me, that happens to you, would you be afraid? What would you do? The man in that picture, his name is DeAndre Harris. He was protesting in Charlottesville when he was attacked by white supremacists. Remember the same group of people that your president identified as very fine people? You don't believe you have privilege? You don't believe you have power? In the next picture, instead of looking at the white supremacists beating up on the black man on the ground, why don't you look in the back and see how many officers are standing, not moving a muscle? Eventually, an officer did help DeAndre, but that wasn't until he was given the serious injuries that you just saw in the last picture by white supremacists with wooden weapons. We're not here to be your punching bags. We're not here to confirm your sick thoughts. We are not a dialect that you can just adapt. We will not continue to be victims of your insensitivity.
It's time to go, Mark.
Good, because I'm done.
I'm an angry Black girl. From a young age, I'm programmed. I'm programmed to hold my tongue and suppress my rage. I'm programmed to hurt inwardly and put others' feelings before my own. I'm programmed to make excuses for those who cause me pain. I'm not hurting. I'm an angry Black girl. They say it's unhealthy to hold things in, but that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Otherwise, I'm crazy. Smile in public, hurt in private. I'm an angry Black girl. Why am I responsible for those who cause me pain? Why am I responsible for their feelings? Why isn't this respect reciprocated? Why do I have to be called crazy for speaking my mind, but a white woman is given the benefit of the doubt? Why do I have to understand this society when this society don't give a damn about me? Myself, I'm tired of having to battle ignorance. I'm tired of having to battle my own community. I'm tired!
I'm tired. We're tired. We have been tired. For 400 years, you've kept us in this fire.
We scream, beg, and plead, but you keep your heads higher.
Land of the free? I wish hell to that lie.
Just the right to live is all we desire.
But apparently that's way too much to ask.
We're hurting. We're hurting because we're being treated as guests in the land of freedom and opportunity by people that don't look like us in a land that we built with our own hands.
Then have the nerve to say that our work ethic is trash. Yet this whole time we've been building this country on the black of our backs.
We're fed up.
We're fed up.
We're fed up. And when it finally feels like we have a leg up, there's something on the news that tells us not to get up.
These riots and protests are cries for help and justice, yet the police that murdered Breonna Taylor are still walking around with the conviction for the bullets that missed. I cannot breathe and I am not okay.
We're through listening to you and those with you. We're taking what's ours. That's a promise that's true. It's past due.
My hands are pointed to the sky. Would you shoot me if I cried? I turn 20 next month. Let me see 21. I have a favor to ask. Don't ignore me. I have a favor to ask. Don't destroy me. Don't destroy me. And if I die today, make sure my baby is okay. And if I die today, tell my mama to pray for me. Please, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I'm here. I'm here, finally. Deep breaths. Why am I scared to look these people in the eye? Does my being here say enough? Does my being here, marching, screaming until my lungs bottom out, show them that I can be different? That I see them? Deep breaths. Left, right, left. I feel guilty. My passivity makes me weak, and I feel guilty. My hands are shaking. The fist above my head is shaking. My face is hot, and I see all of these faces, all of these voices, men, women, screams, and me. I still feel guilty. I was not the one that held the gun and pulled the trigger. I was not the one that crushed a man's neck until his last fighting breath left his body. But I was the one who sat there speechless, watching the headlines disappear letter by letter at the bottom of my screen. I was the one who sat silent the next day at school. Ugh! Why am I here? When my breath is short, thinned out by the weight of my own hypocrisy, it creeps up my throat like bile. Why am I here? Because I need. I am here because although I may not carry the exploitive burden of generational struggle on my shoulders, I can stand in the face of the oppressor and take my packed lunch for school. I can stand in the face of the oppressor and say, "Good night, I love you too." I can stand in the face of the oppressor, see myself staring back, and commit to bearing the weight of this fight. I'm here because I can breathe.
I remember the day that George Floyd was murdered. It was really upsetting to see another Black person killed for no reason. And I wasn't the only person upset. The Black Lives Matter movement has been around for quite a few years now, but this summer, things really picked up. Also this summer, I went to my first protest. I contacted my friend who I saw was going to a lot of protests and asked if he would take me to one. He gladly agreed, but I don't think we quite knew what we were getting ourselves into. The protest started off normal. We did the good amount of chanting and marching and listening to speakers. And then, in a way, shit hit the fan. The protest was near Atlanta City Hall, and we started walking towards the highway. And then before I knew it, we started blocking traffic on the highway. We started blocking traffic in downtown Atlanta in the middle of the day. Yeah, the police didn't like that, so we started running. We would run, hit another part of the highway, block traffic again, police would show up, and we would start running yet again. This might have lasted like 15 minutes, but it felt like an hour. It was horrifying, honestly. The thought of the cops catching us was absolutely terrifying. I started to get paralyzed with fear, and at one point, I just wanted to quit. But we pushed through. We made it off the highway. We got home. We made it home while 55 other people didn't. That thought is terrifying, but I'm so glad that I did it. I am so glad I went to that protest and did something like that and fucking got away with it. That is the most amazing part. Like, damn. This was the protest I took my friend to. It was his first protest, and it was in an area that was 90% white people. That was new for me. It was also set up by some high schoolers who had never been to a protest, so I gladly taught them some chants so we could do them while we marched. At the end of the marching, they made a space where anyone could say some words. I stepped up, said my name and pronouns, and talked about how in the US, the current life expectancy for Black trans women is 35 years old, and how fucked up that statistic really is. Once the protest was officially over, though, I had someone come up to me and essentially tell me that I inspired them. That it was a comfort to see a fellow non-binary person protesting. They honestly said a lot of nice things to me, most of which I can't remember because I was in shock. I never thought I could do that for someone else, especially since I'm so deep in the closet, but I did. Not only was I able to take my friend to his first protest, but I was also able to give someone a sense of hope or joy, both of which are amazing feelings. I went to most of my protests in June. Many of us have been protesting from either months to years. We protest demanding justice. A justice that Breonna Taylor still hasn't got. She's a name that even haters of the BLM protest know, and yet here we are. Here we are still fighting because we have to. Her life and so many others have been lost for no reason, and we can't just let that happen. I can't. I can't just stand back and let the police act like they won't be held accountable for their fucked up actions. The protests might have picked up in summer, but even in fall, we still fight. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
No justice.
No justice,
No peace.
No justice.
No justice.
No peace.
No
No justice.
No peace.
No
justice.
No
peace.
justice.
No peace.
No peace.
Justice.
No justice.
Peace.
No peace.
No justice, no peace. my gosh, here they go again. Woe is me. What do you want from me? An apology? Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that the level and effort of education amongst blacks and whites is divided, but we have to keep segregation alive somehow.
You're lucky that some of y'all can afford an education better than the one we planned for y'all. I mean, I don't want your kind too close to my kids.
I'm sorry that the drugs we place on your street keep y'all strung out. But we have to tame y'all somehow.
Who knows what kinds of dangers could be added to society by your community alone?
Speaking of danger, I'm sorry we taught you all to hate each other. Isn't that why you kill? Anyways,
We can't have another race rising above the standards that we put them under.
That's just the way it is here. You're free to go back to your country. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know which one you're from.
And I'm sorry that most of your family relationships suck.
oh, I know we divided you at birth.
But we had to conquer you somehow.
I mean, we already stole the land from the natives.
We would have looked weak if we hadn't established our power over everything pertaining to the the people we stole.
Black man, I'm sorry. We clutch our purses when you walk by, but you look so damn intimidating.
That won't stop us from having your babies, though.
We have to contribute to society, to diversity somehow, even if some of us don't really mean it.
I mean, come on. Mixed babies look good on your part, too.
Black woman, why are you so angry?
I know we turned the world and your own people against you,
Can't keep a man or keep marriage.
but you have to learn to forgive. There's power in silence, right?
And let me just talk about that hair, queen.
Oh, it's so pretty to touch.
But I don't want your nappiness portrayed in my workspace.
I need you to have a perm before work on Monday, or you lose your job.
Now, that wouldn't be fair with you being a single mother and all, now would it? And I'm sorry that we can murder you in the streets for the whole world to see. But being black is punishable by death. I'm just sad they got a glimpse of what we actually do to y'all in prison.
And I'm sorry that you can't sleep peacefully in your own home. But give us our props. We know how to show some leniency to black women. Rather they die with their eyes closed than with their eyes open.
No justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. Okay, shut up. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Oh no, it's not, but you're okay. Okay. Can you move? Okay. Reach for your headphones. I know, trust me. Okay, put on some nature sounds. Right now, we need to stop thinking. Okay, deep breaths. You can do it. Deep breaths. Good. Okay. Don't think too hard about how you're talking to yourself. It's perfectly normal. You're not the only one who feels lonely, Okay. Good. You're smiling. Can you breathe? Good. Can you move? No? Okay, that's fine. Take as much time as you need. You'll be okay. I promise. Now, imagine the sun. Let it take you. Feel the warmth on your feet and chest. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Revolution is a necessary evil, in my opinion. I mean, morally, I don't really agree with the violence. But when black people are constantly being murdered in the streets and the justice system refuses to carry out rightful sentences against the criminals in blue who failed us, then maybe asking nicely to be treated like a human being isn't the correct way to go about it. because I see broken Black families. I see mothers crying over their dead sons or daughters. So in a sense, if we can't thrive, why should you? If our young sons and daughters can't even have the chance to be successful, why should you get that luxury? Why should I care about your business when someone's life was just lost? Why should I care about the money you make when a man is on the ground with a hard knee on his neck, pleading for his life, screaming, "Mama"? Revolution is a necessary evil, because if us peacefully walking through the streets, or peacefully using our voices, or kneeling on a football field, for God's sakes, does not make you open your ears, then maybe the sound of war and destruction will.
There was a flash of light.
I see.
A flash of light.
I see.
A band of brothers.
I see.
A future.
I am my past, and my past informs my present.
And your future. Our past informs our present and our future.
Yes, Ivy. It's all three.
At any given moment.
At all times.
I am my past, my present, and my future.
At all times.
I am leaving.
Searching.
For this place.
Should I leave?
Should I leave this place?
I have to leave.
This place.
Soon.
To become.
I am becoming.
At all times.
I am leaving.
My past informs my present, and we move into our future.
There was a flash of light, and like the souls of many, he fell back down the stairs into the arms that do all too well the darkness of energy. In June, I spent days in fantasies, dreaming of soda pops and fantasies, but no voice when my soul chose this moment to relapse. The moon's light is what I clung to. Lost the night, the stars we sung to. We burnt sage among the velvet walls, and the velvet leaves listened. We cried, meditated, and spent time cultivating the moment of nostalgia forgotten. Somewhere she went wrong. Between the tall grass, a moment was unseen. That moment meant more tall grass between their minds. These thoughtful silhouettes ran up the road, and maybe I'd never see them again. I thought of how realms had collided to the tips of my fingers, and how heaven's angels had done the same at the soles of my feet.
We can't always choose the people in our lives. Some we may not want, while others make us feel like we're the luckiest bastards in the world. That's how my friends make me feel. My chosen family. They're there for me when I fall and when I succeed. They make it easier for me to be myself. And they make me think that the world isn't so awful all of the time. That with our stories and trauma, we might be able to make something of not just ourselves, but of the cosmos. Now, wouldn't that be nice? I just know you'll hold my hand when I can't take my blood no more. You help me be who I am. 'Cause friends don't let friends Take me out of my caged house. The bones don't think. My skin is right, yet your skin shine just as bright as mine. 'Cause friends don't let friends become stars on their own. Oh no. My friends don't think that I'm such a waste. My friends don't let me cry alone at my place. My friends accept me for who I am, far more than any assigned family plan. Oh no. Oh no.
I'd say she is my color love, the one of two that burns, the one whose skin transfigures mine, a lovely sordid yearn, who carries both his loving brain atop my gleaming eye, who walks a long unknowing edge on which her new days lie. I'd say she is my color love, who sinks me in the ground, who nurtures sweet my humbled roots with love of most profound. She'd say I was her color love, her sanctuary sin, on which our future can depend with two mosaic sin.
The future I see, the future I imagine, it's a generation of young, outspoken people like myself who are willing to break the cycle of hate. I see a future where my nephew and mentees don't have to worry or fight to live Black and proud. I see a future where we're being educated on the real history of America, and I see a future where we can respect one another as one race, the human race.
Bring me to a place where the sky meets the sea, where blood and bone blends with sand and salt, where cloth is sheer and skin is free, where children hide and tell stories of old, where hands are held without restraint. Bring me to a place where mothers laugh and fathers smile, where worry is buried beneath passion, where night is day and day is night, where bare feet are sturdy against the rising grass. Bring me to a place where fear is forgotten, where footprints bless the earth and names are ingrained in stone, where invisible metal is melted, where bellies are full and sleep is bliss. Bring me to the land that has been hidden.
I've walked this road many times. The road where my demons meet me at each advancement point.
Fear, loneliness, depression, racism, phobia, I can name them all.
I learned how to survive when I was young, so being alone doesn't faze me, because I've come up with many solutions on my own.
I don't need you to help me, so don't feel obligated to. When I used to ask for help, I couldn't get it from you.
I'm not here to attack you. I just want to let you know that I've grown.
I'm just not the child that used to know anymore.
With the world on my shoulders and a generation to lead, I vowed to the day I die, I'd be the best that I could be.
This generation was brought up differently. Our blood was made to bring change.
No matter the struggle and no matter the pain.
The world will know our names.
Yeah.
Family isn't always so nice. Blood can sting as much as a knife. Just sit there and enjoy our food. But don't speak, just become the girl that we think you are. Dollhouses were so fun when we were all just children. But I guess some of us never learned that it was just a game. Dollhouses were so fun when we were all just children. But we're all grown-ups now, so can we please start acting like it?